A mob of yellow vest protesters has tried to storm the holiday home of French President Emmanuel Macron. Around 50 members of the anti-government movement arrived at the medieval fort of Bregancon on the Riviera coast near Toulon on Thursday and remained close by on Friday. They shouted "Macron Resign" as they tried to get into the heavily armored building, where they claim Mr Macron, 41, is enjoying a vacation with his wife, Brigitte Macron, 65. But were then kept away by armed police and gendarmes. Scroll down for video. "It's madness," said local mayor Francois Arizzi. "For people who want more democracy, they should start by respecting other people's property. They have been trying to cross private land and say they are going to have another go on Friday. This is unacceptable." Who did not want to use the sea to bathe? The pool cost more than £30,000, with Mr Macron saying the cost was justified because he and Brigitte did not like to be pictured in their beachwear by the paparazzi. Today, presidential sources would not say whether the Macrons were in residence at Bregancon, which is one of at least 10 presidential properties available to them all year round. Share this article. Share. But they confirmed that they had cancelled the ski trip to La Manche, in the Pyrenees, which Mr Macron used to visit as a child. Thousands of yellow vests have been arrested across France over the past 2 months as they campaign for Mr Macron to resign. They started off as group protesting against fuel price rises caused by ecological taxes. Last Saturday there were almost 150 arrests for public order offences during vest protests in Paris alone, while at the end of November some 700 were held in custody on a single day. Mounted police, water cannons, and 14 armoured vehicles capable of spreading high-intensity tear gas have been used against them constantly in the French capital, where they vandalized public monuments including the Arc de Triomphe. The French police have failed to prevent widespread disorder over the past few weekends, with more trouble predicted on Saturday. The vests have been joined by extremists from the far right and the ultra-left, as well as anarchists intent on causing as much damage as possible. Crisis-ridden Mr Macron has not only climbed down on imposing green surcharges on petrol and diesel, but increased the national minimum wage by 7% and scrapped tax on bonuses. But the Yellow Vests said their protests would continue indefinitely as they campaign for even more concessions. The independent Mr Macron, leader of the Republic on the Move party, won the French presidential election in a landslide in 2017, but he is now dubbed the president of the rich, with polls showing his popularity rating down to just 18%.